And we're back. Emergency stream settings. Forgive the dramatic tale. You would have seen on social media. Apparently, Kai Havertz is ever closer to a return. The boys are training at this moment or have trained. So we'll go over some articles and things like that. It feels like as we're moving towards the end of the year, we know the transfer window is not open, but we're still being linked with players. Allegedly, Semenyo and Anthony Gordon have release clauses. Two players who have been name dropped by David Ornstein and all them kind of guys in relation to who we want. But before we get into all of that, we will cover that. Any talking points, questions, appreciative if you get them in. You lot make the interactive stream where it is. And as usual, man, one love for being tuned in. People, deluded, I'm back again. It feels weird whenever I don't say that now, even though I'm very conscious of saying the word people, and I don't think I say it as much as you lot say, but really and truly. But anyways, man, big up you lot. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night. I hope you're all doing well and safe, and all those things. Smash the likes on your way in, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss streams or uploads. What we say, man, I hope everyone's doing well and safe in their personal life. So I hope you're all fit and healthy, and I hope everything's going on, man. Man, like Big Claudius, big up yourself. A man said John and John Ant said the emergency stream and that. Chill out, tranquillo. You're a United fan. I don't want to hear verbal from you at the very minimum until 2026. I'm not responding to any Man United fans. Has anybody seen Marcel, one of our moderators, by the way? We're gonna keep that up. Kwame P, appreciate you, appreciate all of you lot. Revolutionary, what have you said? Deluded. If a news site paywalls you, use this website, my G. Copy the URL into the top bar and it will snapshot the page and let you see without paying. It will show get in green or gray out of the elements of the page. It can't load Flash XML. Not sure. You know what? Since we're here, let's see exactly. This is a bit too technical for me, but I did want to read something in relation to the Cronkies in the Telegraph. Let's try this out. I'm a bit slow, so you're gonna have to help me. So let me share my screen. Technical support. Since you volunteered yourself, this is what we're gonna do. Okay, so what did you say? Use this website. First thing, I need to go onto YouTube because StreamYard don't let you copy and paste links. Okay, copy link address. Don't forget, people. You know what? We'll promo that video in a bit, people. That's to come out, I think 7:30. You don't want to miss that. Yeah, man. Go to the website. Okay. So what we saying now? Copy the URL into the top bar and it will snapshot the page and let you see. I feel like first line support. Okay. Don't let me down, you know. Don't let me down. Yeah? Swear down. Swag me. My guy. But come in, Mike, killing man. Come here. Hey. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, smash the likes. We'll get into that in a bit. Get off. We'll get into that in a bit. But as I was saying, I'm sure you lot are keen to see what Kai Havertz can do in that 10 row under Mikel Arteta. Mikel Merino scored and could be utilized. And again, owing to the absence of Odegaard, we're probably going to focus on Eze and Wanyeri. So you lot can let me know your thoughts in the chat now. But at 7:30, there's a video coming out. I was up all night kind of editing that. And it shouldn't look like this. Well, I was watching it back. But little sneak preview. Come on. But that's for another day. Where Kai Havertz is concerned, people, allegedly, Kai Havertz has once again blown away staff at Arsenal with his approach to rehab. My understanding is that the German is in the final phase of his recovery and could make a return earlier than expected. What are we saying for that? We knew that would be the case. I believe it because it's hand of Arsenal. You know, this guy's bang on the money, really and truly, where it comes to this sort of stuff. And I think he's removed it, yeah, but he retweeted something in relation to Madueke. So I saw it as a bit of a cryptic message that even Madueke could be back in. I don't need to tell you a lot about the fixtures we have to come, how it looks from now at the very minimum to the end of the year, how draining and taxing any Premier League game is. Obviously, we've played a lot of football already this season where Arsenal's concerned. You throw in the Rices, the Sakas, Salibas, Gabriel, Martinelli. They're obviously jetting around playing for their country. Some of these guys have had knocks. This is why we got depth in it. Unfortunately, such is life. People get injured. People get injuries. Footballers getting injuries are like chefs cutting their fingers in it. It comes with the territory. That's why we needed depth. Now, granted, yeah, I would love to sit here and talk about depth. The only thing I would love to talk about depth is surely our squad size, who plays where, what's Arteta going to do tactically, who makes the 11. And I don't want to talk too much, but we've seen, fair enough, different lengths of time. But Kai, whether people like it or not, Kai is a key. Kai Havertz is a key player for us. Hincapie, obviously, new signings had injuries. Have I said Kai? I think so. Odegaard's had 3 injuries on the spin this season and been stop-start. Saka's been out. Madueke, who was Saka's deputy, came in, and we've been able to maneuver. This is what we needed. You can't go back in time, but one does wonder. The summer we had this summer, had we have done it last summer, what last season would have made? Because clearly the Premier League, we needed players. I actually think you look at the 2 legs against PSG, maybe a forward that could take chances in the second leg, or the absence of Partey, which made having to move people around at the time. Marino was doing his thing up front. Rice was finding his form in the 8. You have to move people about, and it did look like that. So, yeah, man. Work rate is the minimum, man. And without you lot, it'd be dead. John, what have you said here? It's a good day, DG. Kai will be back hopefully in less than 10 days, and Martin and the team will be stronger all round, and hopefully we'll be heading back towards the 2023-24 goal scoring. John, I hope you're right. I don't want to sound cliche, but when people do come back from injury or things like that, or they're over their little injuries, it does feel like a new signing. Now, obviously, I do think as fans, Kai Havertz being declared fit doesn't necessarily mean you're immediately going to be in the match day squad. You're ready to start. You're ready to play 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 odd minutes. But we need as many players as we can. And I know Arteta dresses it up in fancy ways, but we really do need the impactors and things. And I don't know how you look at that role. Yeah, you can call it an 8, you can call it right centre mid, you can call it the Odegaard role, you can call it the 10, you can call it the creative hub, whatever you want to call it. That Odegaard role, right? I don't want to say it's a blessing in disguise, but naturally it means Eze is more exposed centrally. To be fair, though, against West Ham, we was robbed of seeing what Odegaard and Eze with Rice could kind of do, specifically those 2 attackers, right? So it's difficult. But this is why we've got depth. There's a lot of people who could occupy that role. Left field choice, and he's not fit, but Gabriel Jesus could play in that 10. Another left field kind of choice. Not left field, but Trossard can play in that kind of role in his own kind of way. But when you look at that role, for me anyways, I focus on obviously Eze, quality player. We just got him in, finding his form, finding his feet. The only thing I can say about Eze is you need to get some more goals. And obviously Wanyeri in it, like, you're going to have to box clever, like, you're going to have to utilize these players, and the less players you have available and the more you have to play these guys, naturally you run the risk of them. But I focus immediately on them 2. But if we're looking at the role beyond the obvious, as I said, if someone's playing in that creative role, breaking lines, all of that kind of creative hub, all of that kind of stuff, and we're looking at the other facets, which is leading the press, standing in certain areas, all of that kind of jazz, you would if you were betting, Kai Havertz and Mikel Merino probably understand what is demanded of Mikel Arteta in that role a lot more than Eze, who's just joined the club and getting up to speed. And obviously Wanyeri, who's young, needs to understand that kind of stuff. So we're going to have to box cleverly in it. Like, I hope anyways, we see Eze and Wanyeri in that role primarily. But you are going to see Mikel Merino there. You might even see Kai Havertz. I reckon Kai Havertz goes up front. And to be fair, with Kai and Merino, Gyökeres, if you don't find your goal-scoring boots, you might get dropped, and obviously we can rotate you. But my hot take is, I think he's going to run the Kai Havertz in the 10 role or the Odegaard role and Gyökeres through the middle when the time's right. But then again, Odegaard's apparently going to be back by the end of November. So that kind of correlates with loosely what you see around Kai Havertz, what you've heard around Madueke's return. So it'd be interesting to see, man. And you know what? Praise the players that have been able to stay fit, specifically Calafiori. I don't want to jinx him, but we need our players to stay fit, man. We need our players to stay fit, man. Send that link here on Twitch, DG. You talking about this one? Sure thing. Oh, gosh. What did I do here? Let's not break it. Is it still working? All right, cool. I'm shit with technology. Is the back button going to work? And there's no issues? All right, cool. So, yeah, we'll go over that Cronky thing in just a minute, people. Just get comfortable, mate. Get comfortable. We're here for a minute, people. We're always here for a minute. And if you haven't smashed the like button, what on God's green earth are you doing? In 2 minutes, we're making it subs only. Big turning point in our season with Kai back will give us so many more options. Such is life. We need those options, but it's annoying because, and I don't want to jinx it, Enzo, but as you know, a couple of players come back. Unfortunately, a couple of players get injured, just like with Saka and Madueke. That was annoying because I did want to see those 2 kind of coexist. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. So dropping gems. Big up yourself. Havertz unlocks Gyökeres book market. What do you mean unlocks? I'm not saying you're wrong, but what do you like? I'm seeking knowledge. Like, what do you mean unlocks? And I'm not saying you're wrong, yeah, but let me just be honest. As an Arsenal fan, it's tiresome now, man. This unlocking stuff. This winger needs a left back for this centre mid needs that, this striker needs runners. Unlock yourself, free your mind, man. If you're a good player, ball out, bro. You never know though, because it'd be nice to see, especially like when clearly Gyökeres wants the ball early, or sometimes Gyökeres has been involved in the build-up play, but like he's not in the final action, in it. Like he might have dropped deep. There's a neat little 1-2 bang. We're having an attacking chance. You want Gyökeres there, so maybe Kai could be involved in that kind of stage. We need both of them, man. We need both of them. If I'm honest, we need everybody. Like whatever you think about if Gyökeres is the guy or not, whatever we've had to say about Kai, Marino, Trossard. 9 times out of 10, the players that polarize opinions, they're the ones that are going to make the difference in terms of scoring, crunch time moments and things. But all of these players at this team, whether you're young or old, youngest is obviously Dalman. Who is the oldest? Nobody say it. Who's the oldest in our team? Norgard, Kepa? I'm going to say Norgard. This is the toolbox. All these players are in that toolbox. Utilize that. Simple as that. Simple as that. Because we've got a squad to do. Let's be real, Arsenal fan. We've got a squad to do something this year. Premier League needs to come home. Champions League's a pipe dream, but the Premier Champs, that's the ones you want. FA Cup or the League Cup needs to come as a minimum. Dare I say it? We need to get over the line in one. But dare I say it, people? Good and bad news tends to come in twos. Who's to say we can't do some level of a double? Did you say Champions League and Prem? Did you say treble? I don't know what was going on, but we need to, man. It's about time these lads go down in history, man. It's about time us Arsenal fans got something to really cheer about, man. They say we're unbearable. Once we become really unbearable with trophies to match, we're gonna give them a lot hell, man. But until then, stay humble, stay working. Why is StreamYard not bringing up your comments? This is amazing. Big up everybody commenting. Keep them coming. I don't know why it's not coming up on screen. It's a bit jarring, if I'm honest. There we go. Offside trap with Grande. What a name. But big up yourself. Ricken, appreciate you. What it do? We're here, man. We're here, man. We're here, man. We're here, man. Let's hope Kai can return as a super ultimate sub. Arteta will get him in the lineup any way possible. And I wonder what happens. Like, if Kai Havertz is obviously, I'm exaggerating, but if Kai Havertz is fit for Fulham, for example, humour me, people, does he put Eze left wing and they coexist? He's going to utilize Kai. He loves Kai. But you know what? If you can be an impactor off the bench, fair play. And even Kai, you're going to need to get up to speed. You had a good preseason. It got disrupted. What? We ain't seen Kai since the Man United game. So these men are going to have to get up to speed and give it an opportunity to do that, man. So it is where it is. I prefer Eze in that role to Odegaard, more unpredictable in his actions. It's difficult. I like both, man. Obviously, I'm going to lean towards Eze because at the end of the day, Eze's in a better, he's in a better headspace and a better zone than Odegaard. And it's annoying because just when I thought, you know what, Odegaard, Newcastle, he did your thing, Olympiacos, going into West Ham, we thought, okay, whether it's he feels fit and ready to go again, whether, this just something where his form's back, whether he genuinely is concerned about losing his spot to Eze and Wanyeri, and obviously there is the backdrop of Havertz and Marino playing there. There's issues. I like them both, man. I think there's scope for both, man. I love Odegaard. You lot know this. Obviously, his form's been terrible. That's the main thing for me. And I do share that. Like, Eze's more unpredictable. Like, Eze sees things and does it. I think Odegaard's a bit more conservative with it, if I'm honest with you. What I would say is, Eze, I need goals, man. I need goals. I'm not asking you to get 1 million goals, but you're good enough, man. And I think shooting boots. Because even in the last 3 games, I have been very critical about Arteta, like his creative tactics and all that stuff last season, pre-season, up until the Newcastle game. But Newcastle to West Ham, Olympiacos sandwiched in between. I think the gaffers were this above my pay grade, but whatever I was criticizing, you're doing something different. I think the players need to finish their dinner. I think there's been opportunities to do such, man, and there's several of those. It's difficult, but like you said, he's more unpredictable. For me, the main thing is Eze sees it, does it, and he provokes havoc, innit? It's hard not to like. You can't, not even hard. You can't not like a footballer that, is great on the turn, dribbles, scares oppositions, all of those things. It'd be nice to see like them two play together. That's why I was, even beyond the obvious, a bit more disappointed with Odegaard's injury, because we were doing that whole, if Eze's going to be there with Odegaard, Eze's probably out wide. Is it going to be Eze or Odegaard? What's going to happen? Arteta had an ace up his sleeve, said, you know what, both of them are going out there. Zubimendi sit it out, really and truly. It'd be interesting, man. It'd be interesting. But injuries are not exclusive to Arsenal. They happen. We're just gonna have to get on, man. Eze is more of a playmaker than a left wing. 100%. What's the emergency? Hey, man, we got you here, didn't we? One love and Tab Police, the streamer. To be fair, Tab Police, allow me. I've been better. There's not as many. Allow me, man. I'm trying to sort my life out with ChatGPT, and these are all scripts and like I've got like an article of like 2025 goals I wanted to hit, 2026, 2027, 2028. I'm doing. Allow me, man. Allow me. And we're going over half of these. This is the thanks I get, man. Probably true on Havertz unlocking your creds, bro. Unlock yourself, man. Bro, you're grown men. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not here for this. The only people that need to unlock anything with this team is Mikel Arteta, because you're the manager, and the players, bro. I can't lie to you. I'm not on this unlocking stuff anymore, man. Like, we've been here too much. If we had a Maraiding left back, this is gonna happen. You know, I hate that stuff as much as I hate, and I understand it. Let's not get it twisted. You know, I'm the most balanced guy on this internet. Definitely where Arsenal's concerned. I get it, but it's annoying. It's almost as annoying as for me, and I'm guilty of it as well. Like, obviously, like when we talk about Odegaard, we know what Wondergaard, when he's on form, what he does. He can get goals, he can get assists, he's great in between the lines, he's cold at football. But you're reducing him to, oh, well, look what he gives us in the press. Come on, man. Really? It's like, you don't know I love Martinelli. Oh, he tracks back. Come on, man. I'm not saying these are not valid points. But if I play devil's advocate, should you not be able to press anyways? Should you not be able to run and track back anyways? Should you not do that anyways? Come on, my Arsenal fans. It's free the mind now, man. We're in a different headspace. We're here, you know. We ain't arrived in the destination, but we're here. We're here. We're one of the most feared teams in this league and in Europe. And that's not me saying we're the biggest and baddest. It's definitely a fact. It's definitely. I actually genuinely believe only we can stop, obviously others, but only we can stop ourselves this season, you know, a bit like the other years. But only we can shoot ourselves in the foot. It's down to us. If we want to be doing this in May, or we want to be doing the tiers thing, it's down to us. Which is why, yeah, again, everyone's allowed to support and do what they want to do in their own kind of vein. And I'm not saying we're perfect. I'm not saying there's not question marks. You know, even though we're like 7-8 games into the season, it's all been doom and gloom. Then it's been amazing kind of thing. But whatever you say about the manager, whatever you say about the players, whatever you say about our chances in relation to Liverpool and City, I'm not saying be happy. I'm not saying like to just shut up. But like at this very moment, you're not on a passion merchants thing. Because even like, listen, we all share this space on YouTube. I'm not going to lie. There's not enough passion merchants where it comes to Arsenal. There's not enough. Like, let's just go for it this year. Any L's, we talk about them. But like, I feel like we could do a madness, people. I'm not going to lie to you, lot. I feel like this is the time. I might have thought like that prior, but this is the time. And again, you know, you look at Mikel Arteta and these players, and, you know, there's positives, there's negatives. For me, the one thing when it's all said and done in these 3 years going into 4 now is in life, you know, you got to look at the past from when Arteta walked in and what we've done during the Emirates. You've got to look to the future. That's why man are signing new deals, Haylen's pumping out players, foresight with how we're building squads, you know, all of these kind of things. Even when we brought in David Raya, like Ramsdale was cool, there was foresight there. But as much as you look to the future and as much as you look behind, the only way to affect life positively is in the present. And that is my challenge to the team now. Like the whole club, we have not seized the presence. Yeah, in the last three years, we've had some good nights out, some good games, there's been some good statistics, there's some good moments, some bad moments, but we've not seized the present. And I genuinely believe it's a shame that in the last forget this year for a sec, the last 3 years, we haven't won at the minimum one Premier League title. Maybe you could have retained one. Maybe there could have been all 3. Maybe there could have been a Prem and a Champs. Maybe a couple of Prems and some domestic trophies. We can only deal with the facts, which isn't. But it's time to seize the present. You know, not that there's many, but this is probably the best we've been during the Emirates era. Some of these players are some of the best players, arguably, during the Emirates era, maybe even in Arsenal history, and some if they win certain bits in silverware. As a collective squad, strongest we've had in, when did the Emirates open? 06, 07, so 19, 20 years. These boys need to go down in history because there's nothing. Life is horrible, and I'm being silly, but Gabriel and Saliba, you lot are not higher in higher folklore than Rob Holding. He's an FA Cup winner, stood up to against Diego Costa. Now, we all know that's semi-nonsense, but it's time to seize the present. It's time to win shit. Winning's not everything, but right now it's the only thing. The players say it, the gaffer says it. I don't want no more mighty ducks, courageous losers. You man are fucking good at football. You're a fucking good team. The gaffer, you do dumb stuff sometimes, but you're fucking good gaffer. Bring this shit home now. It's as simple as that. Bring it home. Make sure in May that we've done something. Less of that now. Enough is enough. Hopefully we can do this thing, man. But yeah, unlock yourself, man. I don't hear about no unlocking stuff, man. Nathan, appreciate you, man. Get me, man. Don't need someone else unlocking you, just those good assists. And again, everybody unlocks everyone. Naturally, good footballers always play good with good footballers. You go slap Saka, Yao Mao, Cole Palmer on the pitch, I guarantee you they start sourcing. Likewise, you slap these guys with some pub players like you lot in the chat. I'm a Sunday League guy, but I didn't want to rub myself out, an example. They're going to look rubbed. I hear you lot with that. But now we've got different solutions. And when everybody's fit, I'm not going to lie. I do want to see Rice, Zubimendi, Odegaard, or Rice, Zubimendi, and Eze, or like what we saw against West Ham, Rice or Zubimendi, one of you can drop out the Ezes and the Odegaards together. Do what Wenger used to do, just force Ranieri into the lineup somehow. I do want to see Gabriel Jesus, Gyökeres, and Saka. Do want to see Madueke get back to business. I'm telling you, Kai's got Kai Marino. Hot take, they will score the most important goals for this football club. It's them kind of players that do. I guarantee you, it's them kind of players that will score in finals and semis and all of these things. That Kai Havertz and Marino, what do I call them on the channel, people? The Banduli brothers. Like, they're dodgy in a good way. Arteta, please don't get any ideas though, man. I know you're excited. I know you saw Marino. I know I don't mind. Listen, I'd rather you drop Gyökeres for Marino up front. Please don't put Marino in the 10. I think there's games for it. I don't think Fulham's one of them. I know you're going to do it against Atletico Madrid, so allow me, please. To be fair, I would love to have Kai Havertz available for Atletico Madrid, but we'll deal with next Tuesday when it comes. We can only deal with Fulham. Great talking points, people. Smash the like button, keep those thoughts coming. Because I like you lot so much, we're a family, people. So what we're going to do, if you haven't subscribed, I don't know what you're doing, mate, because it's about to get segregated. Well, it's not about to if I don't remember how you do this, but there you go. Customization. Subscribers. If you're not a subscriber, can't help you, lad. I just can't help you. Do you think Nwaneri and MLS holding bench can really benefit them like people think? I don't see it personally. Game time is important for these young players. There's no substitute for game time, innit? There's no substitute for game time. But if we look at, I've got a lot to kind of say on this. You have to look at it on two hands. On one hand, they are young. You do have to take time. They're developing physically, more so Nwaneri, in my opinion. And on top of developing, obviously, it like Nwaneri, let's just say he was man of the match against Fulham, and then he shit against Atletico Madrid. Nobody don't care about the Fulham game. Can you do it twice a week, 3 games in 10 days? Obviously, you have to be exposed to that, but can you do that then? And obviously the recovery kind of thing. And to be fair, let's be real, life came at them very fast. Thank the Lord that we had them in our club. Life came at Miles Lewis-Skelly and Nwaneri very fast. I'm sure if you went back to last summer and you told them you're going to, in Nwaneri's case, play 30 plus times, couldn't tell you how much Miles Lewis-Skelly played. Felt like he played every game. They would have taken that. They would have said it's beyond their dreams. And I understand, like, it's almost cruel, innit? You're playing week in, week out. Now you're on the bench, but this is your role. Like, obviously, you're good enough. Like, Nwaneri, you should be thinking, I can take Odegaard's spot, Eze's spot. Miles Lewis-Skelly, the minute Calafiori drops off or Hincapie or whatever, finesse that, if I'm completely honest. But I do think there was an over-reliance on them. There was that little period where, you know, I can't remember if it must have been Saka injured, but Nwaneri played against like Brentford and Brighton, all of these kind of things. On one hand, I like the fact that they can develop and just be kids, but I do want to see them play more, and the chances are going to come. You're going to have to use Nwaneri. You know, God forbid, but you're going to have to use Nwaneri. If anything happens with Madueke and he's not coming back, Saka always going to be nervous. You're going to have to. You're going to have to use Miles Lewis-Skelly. And to be fair, I'd love to see Miles Lewis-Skelly in midfield, but if he was seen as an out-and-out midfielder, you probably don't get this 5-year deal at Arsenal. You're not in the England squad and you're not playing against PSG and all these sides, because look at the people you're competing against. That's probably indirectly gone against Nwaneri, because I still maintain, I'll be real with you, I just want to get Nwaneri on the pitch. I think you can learn. I think you could play off that left-hand flank. I don't remind you playing off the right. Of course, I want to see you long-term as a 10 or an 8. But we did hear in the summer, like he's not seen as a winger. They feel his progress has kind of stopped. I think what's done Nwaneri a bit dirty. I think in terms of right wing, I think Max Dowman's ahead of you in the pecking order. Obviously, Madueke is. Obviously, Saka is. And I don't know if push comes to shove, if the Martinellis and the Trossards and maybe a fit Jesus, them guys will kind of play. You need to get games. You need to get games, but take your chances, man. They'll get them, man. They'll get them. Like we're playing what 50 odd games a season. They're gonna be needed, man. They're gonna be needed. But and this goes to anyone. Once you get that chance, you need to take it. I want as much as it's a friends thing and we all want to win together and the collective. I don't think anyone is. No one should be happy about being on that bench. If you're Kai Havertz, if I'm Kai, doesn't matter if it's Gyökeres or Eze or whatever, or even Declan Rice or Zubamendi in the pivot. I'm coming to take someone's spot. I'm forcing the gaffer's hand in that regards. The same needs to be said on whoever the hell can play on the left, whoever the hell can play on the right, and defensively. Calafiori should be looking over his shoulder. I'm doing my thing, but Miles Lewis-Skelly's here, Hincapie's there. The same for all the other left backs. The same for the centre halves. I don't really believe it with Kepa, but even not that Raya's dropped off, but Raya, like, bloody hell, there's a Spanish international that's been at Real Madrid and Chelsea, and it was a regular last season in the Prem. If I drop off, I'm in issues. That's what we want. That is what we want. So, yeah, man, I got no issues with them. But what I would say with Ranieri, I think there's a spot where I think you could be a wild card and get a place on the England playing for the World Cup, but you have to play. And I don't know if you're going to play enough, but take your opportunities. And to be fair with Ranieri, I would say with Ethan, everything that I think he needs to improve is relative to his age, in it. So it's nothing unique. I think the best thing he could do is, however, Mikel Arteta got Marino, Kai Havertz, and Martin Odegaard up to speed in that midfield role of what he wants off the ball, because you've got all the ability on it. Go and get that thesis. Go and get those lectures. Go and pull off Arteta's ear and get up to speed with that kind of stuff. I think that's what he needs. And I'd say for me with Ranieri, I do think in the little minutes he's been exposed, we've seen a bit more of his proactiveness across 90 minutes. Like, granted, if he goes and scores from 30 yards or a great pass, that's what's going to attract things. But I think he's developing physically. He's playing a bit more cute and clever in the pockets, knowing when to give and go, when to dribble, all those things. And the next challenge for him, I'd say, is you've got to be consistent over, more prevalent and present over a 90-minute game. Because I think there's been occasions where you've done well, but it's really been not flash in the pan, but flash in the pan. You ain't really been amazing over 90 minutes. And when I say amazing, I'm not asking you to fucking play like Lionel Messi. I guess what I'm looking for is the Leicester game. Leicester away last season. That's what I mean. Like, you're a constant threat throughout. That's your level now. That's where you need to go. And we got to remember, bro, these men were playing for us at 17. They've just turned 18. Just can buy Magnums and Riz. Well, I don't know what that is. But you get the point. But yeah, I do want to see them play. Kai missed 1,000 sitters, bro. I think we forgot due to how long he's out. Definitely haven't missed Kai Havertz misses. I forgot about them. But there's a role for Kai. I don't really trust Kai in the box, but I fuck with Kai. I think he's a fighter. I don't think he's a pretty footballer. I've said this on a stream yesterday. I think people are very disingenuous with Kai. You know how fans are. I think some fans have this guy as this mythical unicorn, and we've missed him so much. And he's a top level striker. He's Balak, Schweinsteiger, Muller, all these guys into one. And then there's others that have his shit. The truth is in the middle. You're very intelligent, because whatever I say, you don't play for Leverkusen, Chelsea, Arsenal. You don't play under Julian Nagelsmann or Mikel Arteta, these micromanagers, if you're not very intelligent. You are versatile. I don't really think you're a master of anything. I prefer you up front, even though it's a bit mad because you can't score. I think there's a role for you in it. There's a role for Kai. But he does miss sitters. And do you know what? I was watching, I don't think it might have been last season or the season before. But we played Liverpool at the Emirates, and we had I think Odegaard's played him in, yeah, and Saka's to his right. Saka ended up scoring, but he's tried to be snaky and not square it, and he's a calamitous miss, really, but it's cannoned off Alisson. But yeah, people do look at Kai with rose tints, man. I do think some fans look at it like there's rose, like they just look at him with rose tints, in it, like they really do. But he's a good facilitator for the team. Obviously, in the final third, is hit and miss. And that's why I was happy with Gyökeres and Eze's additions, and I want them to score a lot more, because I don't think Kai Havertz's strongest strength is scoring goals. But at the end of the day, yeah, you look at the last couple of years, he's one of our top goal scorers. Even last year, where bodies were dropping like flies, well, unfortunately, he was injured. He was one of our top goal scorers. So what does that say about us? Because on one hand, we cry and bitch about the lack of goals we score. We're up there 9 times out of 10 in Europe in the Premier League for goals. But the devil's in the details. If Kai got 9 goals last season or whatever, I'm looking around what's going on. If Kai ends up being our top goal scorer now, something's wrong, respectfully. But Kai got into those positions for sitters. Gyökeres isn't getting the sitters. I hear it, man. I got time for Kai's movement, man. All them open tabs slowing down your computer. No, it's all right, man. It's all right. There's probably been 1 or 2 games I can honestly say Gyökeres got loads of chances. Other than that, minimal service. True. If you have more than 200 GP of RAM, then it's very unlikely any amount of tabs will slow your PC down. No, the love. Hey, listen, keep it football, man. You lot allow me with this technical PC world stuff, man. What else are you lot saying? Smash the like button like Gyökeres smashed the goals at Sporting. Wish you could say Arsenal. Say what you want, but man like Fabregas unlocks Chamak and Bentner. Unlock or is just a good footballer providing chances. Gyökeres needs someone that can potentially put him on the bench if he ain't cooking. I think you've got one already, and Mikel Merino, if I'm honest with you. The game is mad. Never understood Kai hate, but Kai propaganda is our all-time high. Exactly. I never understood the hate. I do understand. I see why people didn't take to him, but the propaganda is mad, like he's some cerebral assassin in the penalty box. This browser DG uses also isn't Chrome. Chrome is effing useless. How Google can have so much money and they can't make a better browser than Opera is a joke. No. Even Edge is better than Chrome. I'll leave you lot with that. Big up the evening shifts and the 9-to-5ers. Eze is what I wanted Smith Rowe to be. Well, Smith Rowe just never banged. 26 goals, 100k subs. Can't get there without you lot hitting the subs, man. Arsenal YouTube space worst kept secret. Anti-algo. The people's pundit. We're gonna start playing on those, man. I hope so, man. Without you lot, we've come a long way. Like 70,000 of us. Some of you can't fit in the Emirates. It's crazy. You're gonna have to wait outside. I'm therefore coming in regardless. Like it would be my party, wouldn't it? Can't have that without me. Havertz and Gyökeres will cause chaos. The hold-up playing flick-ons off Havertz mixed with Gyökeres running in behind. Kai will occupy centre-backs too and do the drop-off thing so Gyökeres can focus in the box. Yeah, that is why Kai Havertz a good player. It's mad because you're very good off the ball. Football's played with the ball, but I've got so much time for Kai off it. I think he's very intelligent. I think he understands the game. I think he works hard and he puts in a shift. I think there's a role for Kai. I don't think we should have put him on the bread he's on. Shouldn't have bought him for 65 million. Shouldn't have had those experiments. But I do agree with that. And Kai's movement is good. He's not going to pull out to the left. But in theory, if him and Gyökeres in the side, you go do that pulling out to the left stuff. Gyökeres, the box. You've got to be a striker, metaphorically in life as well, man. Just stay in the box. If our dads weren't in the box, we all wouldn't be here, you know what I mean? Nah, DG people can't be passion merchants. Yes, you can, bro. You can. You need passion in anything. Way before, this is what smacks it. Passion merchant isn't just shouting. Arsene Wenger is a passion merchant. Jose is a passion merchant. Pep is a passion merchant. Arteta is a passion merchant. Why you don't achieve, and many other names, you don't achieve what these guys have achieved in the game if you ain't got passion for what you do, And I don't think there's enough passion merchants. And that doesn't mean me sitting there and saying everything's amazing and whatnot. Just get behind the team, mate. Criticize them when we do things wrong or areas of improvement. But come on. You can't sit here and do the woe is me and the doom is gloom. Because I look around, I don't see Mustafi. I don't see Marie. I don't see post ACL Bellerin. I don't see Cedric Suarez. I don't see Arteta doing his fuckery with Willian anymore. I don't see Eddie Nketiah and Reece Nelson or Nuno Tavares. See some flipping good players. We've got some good players, some great players, and some fucking Bobby Dazzlers. Bring something home, man. What's wrong with that? They can't let go of the possibility that we might lose the game. We knew we were stepping into that. We win a game, we're so amazing. We lose, it's horrible. And the media does that. Like, Arteta ain't learned from his mistakes, all this kind of stuff around the City in the Liverpool game. We beat Newcastle, and now it's all amazing. We're the favourites, and no one can stop us. Liverpool don't look that good. City are doing this and that, and God forbid we go lose to Fulham. You know what time it is. We knew what we're stepping into. From our players, we're getting agendaed in pre-season, and from that, obviously, doesn't matter what it is. You never want to lose to Spurs. But from that Spurs game in the North London derby in pre-season and all the noise and fanfare is one thing. We know people turn on computers and start crashing out. It gets views, all that. But the mainstream media latched onto it. So from I'm seeing that in a North London derby played in Hong Kong or Singapore, wherever the hell we was, what do we think is going to happen in the Prem? And I want to win a title, Premier League, a trophy, whatever, for us, for me, for you lot, for the players, for everybody connected to Arsenal. But I also want to do that because they're never going to shut up. People are not going to shut up. We win the Prem. Oh, Arteta done it once. Could be a fluke. You can't do it again. Just so people can just shut the fuck up about us. Or they can keep talking, be like, yeah, man, that's cool, man. Sorry, I can't hear you. Can you see the Prem? It's too shiny. I need to get some sunglasses. Too shiny. Can't hear you. My fans are still making noise. Give them something to make noise about, so we can just be like, yeah, Premier League winners. Oh. Saka's overrated. Yeah, Premier League winner. Yeah, champs. And I'm ready to be shameless. Forget Saka. See if we win the champs. You don't know who we brought in from Chelsea in the summer. Is there Ballon d'Or shouts? The shamelessness I'm ready to do. Nobody knows. The only way to unlock VG is playing him through the channel like City does with Haaland. We can't expect VG running away from goal to hold the ball. Calafiori lobbed and Eze's cross. Only time Yoker has scored. DG said, do the passion merchant thing and have no technical skills. He wants Mini. Nathan, shut up, man. We're effing winning it, lads. Make the deal with the missus to pop a youth if you want a youth. Need to get one. Arteta getting older and wiser. The players are getting older and wiser. We can only benefit from this. I hope so, man. DG Havertz showing faster road to recovery is nothing special. It's World Cup year. He understands with Nick Wolt made rise, he has competition. I might not board the plane to US next summer. Kai will, I can guarantee you, regardless, if Kai is 60% fit, he will be on that plane to Germany. And I hear you have got the World Cup, but I think it's not even that. The players want to be back fit. Like your footballers, you want to help your team. You want to do this kind of stuff. This is why, Charles, I always say, yeah, a part of me wonders, how much do these footballers need saving from themselves? Because some players, even if they come back 2 weeks early, like they come back and of course they've passed protocols, they're doing all of their physios and that. But I know the manager and the play and the physios, regardless of when they're passing these things, they still sit there and ask them, "Are you good?" Come on, man, we've all been there in Sunday League. You know, in your heart, you're 90, or your brain, you're 99.9% fit. You know the other percentage. There's a tiny little knock, but you can get through it. I honestly think that these players say, "No, I'm good," and I always wonder how much does that harm people. I know it's not the same, but remember when Timber got the ACL, he played on. Odegaard technically played on. We do always see that. Everyone must become tired this season. Big up tired, but I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Well, you can still be a passion merchant with applying common sense. It don't mean screaming, we're going to win the Tour de France and things like that. I know social media and YouTube, you got to be weird and wacky and shout. People who shout the most actually make the least sense, but there we have it. Let's get the likes up and subscribe. It's free, Ryan. One love, man. I know the man them don't like Havertz or Odegaard or Marino or Martinelli or whatever. It doesn't matter this season. Just back the team. DG wants all the passion merchants. And man, Nathan, shut up, man. What's wrong with you, bro? Big ass company. What's wrong with this shit, man? Stop doing crack, man. Seriously. The hell? Kick them freeloaders out. You know the vibes. Dark, appreciate you, man. Tesco scored against newly promoted teams and they think he's good now. Listen, we just need goals, man. Marino is such an enigma. Where do we play him? The scoring, I think, goal scoring is too serious to ignore, but there's something lacking in the 8, 9, 6-year-olds. We're not Spain, innit? How many goals does Cunha have? Who's that? Who's that? I don't know what Cunha is. Man are doing open play goals. Like, fam. MLS got 36 appearances last season. Even that, again, shameless plug. 730. We touch on Wanyeri and all of them. When you deep it, yeah, and I know obviously we're a year removed now, yeah, but you do know Wanyeri started coming around this time. So yeah, man, it's an interesting one. We're on a madness this season. I can feel it. I don't know. It's too early, but it feels like we've got all the tools. We've been burnt enough now. It feels like the straw that's broke the camel's back. The bullied need to become the bullies. The season is long. Everyone touch grass. They're not going to do that, man. They're not going to do this. Watch this space. Havertz is going to force his way into the team, and someone's favour is going to get dropped for him, be it Gyökeres or Havertz. Havertz is going to get dropped for Havertz. I can't lie, man. As long as we win shit, I don't care, man. I always say, win the game first, then I start talking about this. This could have been better and that could have been better. You win me the Prem. I don't care who's got this amount of starts and whatnot. We need to win shit. Everybody's personal feelings needs to be put to the side. If you don't want to be on the bench, give Arteta no reason to put you on that bench. Force his hand. Make him wish that he could play 12 players. No complaints. People got to be on the bench at one point in time. That's just how it goes. We need all of them. I can't wait to see Hincapie ball constant overlapping will be amazing. If Arteta asks him to do that, man. But in fact, he's not even like a new signing. That is a new signing. We're gonna have to see, man. Raya is the only one that don't have to look over his shoulder because the other keeper isn't good. To be fair, and Kepa is the only one that you could say is going to be on the bench 24/7. The others, you don't know what the bench is going to look like. Wanyeri is unfairly treated. Kwame, big up yourself, but come on. Even if that is the case, at this moment in time, there's no unfairness around Wanyeri, man. Like, there's none. I love Gyökeres and want him to work so much, but playing Wanyeri or Eze false nine could be cold. I hear it, but I'm not on all of that Banduli stuff right now, man. Back to basic, strikers up front. Admittedly, if it's not Gyökeres, I actually want Marino up front. Being brutally honest, this man DG is out of control. And the Arteta did say Wanyeri could play there, but where is it coming? He ain't doing that anytime soon. So yeah, man. DG, watch this link in your free time. Looks like Twitch are doing streamers dirty with the viewership count. Twitch growth is horrible, man. They don't promote like growth on their channel, and even though they're owned by Amazon, it's horrible. When you look at how much players like Madueke and Elanga went for 65 M's for Havertz, is a good deal. His wages are higher though. I think got zanged for all of them, really. Like everybody got zanged. I don't think we should have spent 65 million on Kai Havertz, but we're at, and it's not my piece. And don't forget, we fell upwards with Kai because we didn't buy him to. Obviously, Arteta knows the man's versatile. I once remember Arteta saying Havertz could play out wide. Do not give him any ideas. But he tried the centre mid thing. But you know what? You mentioned the 2023-24 season. The second half of that campaign, nobody can tell me Kai wasn't one of our more consistent players. You know what? The year, if I'm mixing it up, the year we lost the title on the last day, Kai Havertz, you got my respect still. You got my respect. You stood up to be, and that's one thing. Kai is never going to be the most beautiful player. You're definitely going to frustrate me. I still maintain we shouldn't have bought you and spent all that money on you. And my strongest team wouldn't have Kai. But you're a fighter. There's a role for you here. There actually is a role for you here. Them ugly games where we just need a result, as I said, it can't be pretty. It's going to have to happen. To be fair, the first game of the season, he looked like he was going to be promising with this new buff archetype. Sad he got injured. I need Jesus, man. Hit the likes and subscribe to one of the best football platforms. Appreciate you, man. Man is saying nerd alert when he's got 40 tabs on just football, don't you dare? Okay, you man are talking about computers. I'm talking about real football. You lot are the XG nerds. I make being a nerd look wavy. This is when the galley say, oh my God, you're always teaching me stuff is sexy. You lot are nerds. You lot are talking about RAM and all this stuff. What the fuck? Get out of here, man. Odegaard and Havertz dual pressing is elite. I hear you, but like it's a scary world if we're just rating ball pressing, dual pressing, ball pressing, whatever you want to call it. Why for that as well? But you should be able to do that, innit? Big up you lot. Like you should be able to do that. With Odegaard out, perhaps Cat plays in that role for a few games. We're gonna have to have him signed off. If I'm honest with you, like we're gonna need to see his thing absolutely signed off. Hincapie returns to training after injury. Hincapie. Listen, Hincapie, Piero, my dog, but everyone says some new pronunciation. But apparently he's back in training following his injury. The defender picked up an issue after his debut for the club in the win over Athletic Club in the Champions League. You know what? We're going to need you against Atletico Madrid. Arteta's revealed the Ecuador international had groin surgery earlier in the summer while with Leverkusen. It was ironic, yeah, how we played Leverkusen at the Emirates. He was there, and little did we know he was about to join us. That the 23-year-old had a small problem there before the international break. Arteta said he expected Hincapie back available once the window was over. As he is training, he looks to be available for selection. And apparently Arteta will have his press conference on Friday morning. So we're going to find out stuff in relation to that. Apparently Ben White didn't travel. Didn't train, apologies. We've had 9 different goal scorers this season. No team has had more, which is a gift and a curse. Gyökeres has 3. So for all the noise, he's our top goal scorer. Saka's got 2, Timber's got 2, Zubimendi's got 2, Magalhaes, Martinelli, Mikel Merino, Calafiori, and Declan Rice all have 1. Eze, I can't believe you're not on that list. And obviously, we saw Eze, Merino, Saka, Martinelli, Trossard, and obviously Dalman all find the back of the net for their countries during the international break. So bring that to the club. And this season so far, we've had the most touches in the box, least goals conceded, least shots on target against, second most goals NXG, second highest pressing, 97th percentile for defending, 89th percentile for goals, area of improvement there. 82nd percentile for counters, improvement to be made there. 85th percentile for pressing, area of improvement. I would have thought we'd been in the 90s for pressing. 81st percentile for possession. Possession is 9/10 of the law, but it's what you do with it, people. I was just reading this about tweaks we've made and all those things. I won't bore you lot with that, people. They're still, the Sky Sports are drawing out Gyökeres as well, talking about his lack of goals and 6 games without scoring is horrible, but it's cool. You know, he's played 3 at the back against United with no service. Newcastle, he's getting bullied against, like they're pulling his shirt and doing the most, and you saw that for his country. Gyökeres, you'll be back soon, man. We're not watching nothing. I'm going to make sure you're a success. Big up, Timber. Sorry, people. You know what? I'm actually in the process of making like a kind of quick mush down video ahead of the season starting. So look out for that Friday, Saturday. So just ignore these things. I'm always working for you lot. But you lot will Bohemians. Oh, the tap police, the tap police. Oh my God, the tap police. The tap police, tap police, tap police, tap police. Can't just be a nice guy. I can't just work hard for my subscribers, you know. See how horrible they are. Smash the like button if you appreciate it. If you don't, I can't help you. Guys, do you think we'll sign anyone in January? Honestly, no. But we are getting linked with a lot of like young players. Like we're getting linked with a lot of young players. So there's always scope. Unless it's a young player developmental signing, maybe like the Trossard kind of ilk where the guy's got 1 foot out of his current employers. Yeah, in terms of like what Rafa Leao and Nusa, Rafa Leao, Semenyo, Anthony Gordon, Yildiz. I'm just saying names we've been linked with recently. All that is a myth. You never know, because I didn't expect 8 players. So expect the unexpected, innit? But I can't imagine it, man. I think it's more realistic somebody leaves. Kai is a link-up play demon. False 9 is his best position. Saka hasn't been this free in a while. Gyökeres' presence is a blessing. I hear it. Arsenal fans always do this. When Kai was struggling, they were reminiscing and missing Gabriel Jesus as if he's Sergio Aguero. Now Gyökeres is struggling. They're talking on Kai like he's Benzema. So Xhaka then brought Havertz to play 8. That's what set us back. And this season, the highest priority should have been a top left winger. I disagree with the highest priority, but I agree in that for me, I think it's, listen, big up Berta, big up the club, 8 players, happy. I just think we missed a trick left wing because we've got 2 new attackers, 3 if you include Max Dowman now. Like, we didn't buy you, but you're about now. No one ain't really locked down that left-hand side. I think Wanyeri could get minutes there. I'll just play Max Dowman there to get minutes. I think Madueke could do a thing there. Listen, Eze left wing is better than being on the bench. I don't mind him there. Martinelli, Trossard, they're doing their thing. I don't mind them there. Jesus, if fit, I don't mind him there. But I just said bare names. Who's the one? So I would have loved 8 players to have been 9, if that makes sense. But it is what it is, man. Just hope we could do a thing, man. Gyökeres gets too involved with the wrestling thing. It helps the team, but doesn't help him. Watch Haaland, how he ain't wrestling centre-backs as much. No more. He's dropping off than using his pace. I hear that. Man said I live in Archway. Every day I hear some new rumors about, man. In fact, you know what? Yeah, like I even saw this comment today or yesterday. They were like, "You falling off, man." I don't know. Harsh comments can't help me. Someone just like, "Why would you be mean to people? Like you falling off?" And then I just said, "Alhamdulillah for everything. I'm healthy and breathing. Everything else is a blessing. Thank you for your kind words." You got to kill people with kindness, because I know the fact that I'm here almost every day or just on content, it jars them. Come on, most hated and rated, man. DG, what do you think of a front 3 of Jesus, left wing, Gyökeres, and Saka would fare in hindsight? Bring it. I think it could do some serious stuff, especially Jesus and Saka's inevitable, in it. You know what Saka does, but Jesus and Gyökeres, something could happen. Something could happen, man. Please, DG, we need this trophy. This guy, man. Empty barrels do make the most noise. What do they say in the old country? All the banter is fine, but it should not influence the joy you have for the game and for your team. Sometimes, if you listen to how others view Arsenal, it can influence your perspective, protect yourself. And I think that's moist if it can. You need to draw your own opinions, man. Without Marino, we don't win at Newcastle. Good collective effort, man. Odegaard will be so good with some actual rest in his legs, man. He's been on that Saka grind the last 3 years. I hear it. Don't ask me questions, D, because you was here trying to boy me as well. I don't know why you're there on Twitch. Don't ask me questions. Why are you back? Less of that. You think you can be rude to me and you want me to answer questions? Must think I'm a prick. If Wanyeri was still okay with getting back up right wing minutes, we would see him more. He wants midfield minutes. He has to wait. I agree and disagree. I think he's seen more of a midfielder. I very much doubt, because of how Wanyeri, as how humble he is, and his family are very humble. And despite all of the talk around him wanting to leave and all this fart that came out, he's very humble. I don't think Wanyeri, and I don't think he had the stage to say it anyways. And I just don't think a man's gonna go, oh yeah, I don't want to play right wing, bro. If you're Miles Lewis Skelly, Wanyeri, Saka when he was about, bro, you need to just be on the pitch, brood boy. When you certify yourself in the team and you're doing the thing, then you might be able to sit there and say, Gaffer, like, I'm a centre mid, I'm this, I'm that. So I disagree with that part. Appreciate USA. Big up the lunch breakers, man. Big up the 9-to-5ers and grinders, man. KJ, appreciate you. Big up DG. Your predicted 11 and result. We can't drop points to put pressure on Liverpool. These games cost us last season. Thoughts, you're right. I'm not watching Liverpool at this moment in time. We just need to do our jobs. But you are right. For all this talk about Liverpool falling away and Arsenal are top, I don't look at the league table. But forgive me if I'm wrong. Was it not only a point? So whatever people have to say about, oh, Liverpool are changing things and the players are not gelling and they've been owed this kind of run of defeats, which is true. They're only a point off. So we do need to win our games. And we hope that the stinky form, naturally, Liverpool drop points again. We hope so. Who they got on Sunday? Is Man United, isn't it? Or am I chatting rubbish? I might be lying to you lot. But yeah, we need to win, man. Fulham is scary. My predicted 11. Well, I'm not Arteta in it, but Raya, Calafiori, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Rice, Zubamendi, Eze, Saka, Gyökeres. I want to say Trossard, but I think he's going to go with Martinelli starting, you know. Do you think Liverpool will settle and gel completely eventually, or do you think their team is imbalanced? At the moment, it's I do think they'll gel. I think they'll gel. I think there'll be teething problems to the end of the season, if I'm completely honest with you. And the same with a couple of other teams. Players are still trying to gel and stuff, but I just think their issue. I just think beyond the obvious. I think Liverpool just make some stupid mistakes defensively. You fix that up, you're all right. Obviously, depth is an issue, but yeah, I do, man. On Twitch, you have to comment now, or the AI assumes you're a bot. YouTube should do that. I need to see more of Diamond Facts, man. Dang, DG speaking exactly what I'm thinking on so many things in this show. Enjoying this. Rob, you're far too kind, man. Far too kind. Man are just saying stuff. 65 mil, 300k a week ain't a good deal. Relax, you, boy. We got zanged, but we made it work, innit? I can fix the girl's laptop. You gotta ask me to fix it. Fair enough. Kai kneeling and crying after we lost by 2 points. That graphic will leave my head. Will never leave my head. Crazy works, man. Crazy works. It's all entertainment. You know what endeared me to Kai is the game I watched him collapse from exhaustion on the pitch at full time. From that point, I said, I may not have wanted you, but you're my player now, and I back you. From a fan point of view, the game I kind of back Kai, I'm sure we lost to West Ham in the League Cup. And I'm sure in my match review, I said, you know what, you're probably the only player that I'm not vexed with today. But it'd be the Newcastle game, which we also lost. And it's not that I believe in just supporting people for no reason. Like, if you're shit, you're shit. And if you're playing shit, but I just don't see the whole need for a pylon of players, if that makes sense. And for me, at the end of the day, like, I can have my opinions about you, but you play for my club, innit? Not that you're listening or me chanting your name in the stadium, you're taking it in. But even if I think you're shit, like, calling you shit 24/7, like, what is that going to change? How is that going to help things? I can think that, but yeah, man, you get where I'm going with it. You get where I'm going with it, people. If you want to know how good Timber's start to the season has been, then 2 statistics sum it up. After 7 Premier League games, Timber is ranked number 1 in Arsenal squad for both tackles and chance create from open play. Timber putting us fullbacks on the map. Even you could get your shooting boots. Remember when they tried to say, oh, Ben White's better in the final third? Big up Ben White. But some of you are here. I can see the comments. I can see the usernames. I try to tell you, sorry. There's nothing White can do better than Timber. And that's not to boy White. You're part of the squad. You put your body on the line. Timber's just better than you, Reed boy. It's cool. It's so cool. We got depth. Simply put, the Dutchman is performing brilliantly at both ends of the pitch. And there's an argument that he's the best right back in the Premier League right now. There is no argument. He is. Trent bust out. Reece James is cold. But when was the last time you saw a cold game from Reece James? When was the last time you saw a cold run from Reece James? Reece James, don't think I didn't see them mistakes in the United game as well. Anyways, new kids on the block. Only Hakimi can talk to him. It's why Arsenal are in talks with Timber's reps about a new contract. And I would love this. Remember, you see, go back. The archives are there where you lot were gassing Declan Rice, which I was, and all these things. I said, Timber's the best signing we made that summer. And I said that because I believe this stuff with Timber. And also, it took me by surprise. Like, I'm sure Man United played Manchester City at Wembley in the FA Cup final, and Timber was pictured there. And obviously, at the time, they had Ten Hag for Dutch link. They've got him. It's like the next day, Timber's actually signing for our football club. Can't blame him. Certain man bought Lissandro Martinez, brother, and Anthony. The 24-year-old still has over 2 years to run on his current deal, but the Gunners want to reward him for his fine performances. We all know he had a serious knee injury, people. The way he's come back and what he's doing for the team is phenomenal. I think he's a really good example of another one that hopefully is going to have a long career with us. I rate him a lot. We talk about a total player. He has everything, every quality that you want from a defender. And obviously, he's played across the back four. Ironically, though, for Holland, he played as a centre-half. Club scouts viewed him as an athletic defender, strong, mobile, and outstanding in 1v1 situations. They liked his speed and power and how combative he was in duels. And he's lived up to his billing. Scouts also noted his ability on the ball. That's probably the one thing he didn't need to know. Well, you rock up at Ajax and see Ajax Academy, bro. It's like asking Barcelona Academy grads not to be possible forward. Standard stuff. Not only is he #1 in Arsenal squad for tackles this season, but also top for ground duels with one. He's top in the squad for chances created from open play. That needs to change, Gaffer. And #1 for through balls too. That needs to change, Gaffer. He also ranks second for successful passes in the final third and progressive carries leading to a chance. Big up Ben White, man. You did your thing, but there's levels in it. Unfortunately, there's just levels. It is what it is. Don't worry, people. When we win the PL and Madueke and Kai become winners, that you can dunk on Chelsea Spurs. Jordan, appreciate you. I hope so, man. I hope so. Take away Pens and Timber is joint top goal scorer. See, these things, as much as I like it, these are the things we need to pattern up. Like, these are the things that we need to pattern up. Like, because if we're saying that in January, it's getting a bit scary. Getting a bit scary. DG, the work doesn't go unnoticed, G. Thank you. Big up you lot, man. Everyone goes at some point. Such is life. Yo, those tabs are wide. You need a 49-inch ultra wide. What do you mean by that? Did you see Mosquera comparing Dalman to Yalma? I'm here for it. Bit out of context, but I haven't read the interview, but I'm sure it's somewhere on this tab. Somewhere. What does XG tell us about Premier League team started this season? Again, getting notes for another video, people. Oh, there it is. Mosquera. What has he said, people? It was crazy. I hadn't played there in the Premier League before, but to come on the way I did, it was incredible. I felt calm. That's obviously in relation to the game at Anfield. He was born to Colombian parents on Spain's southeastern Costa Blanca. At 12, he moved 2 hours drive away to join Valencia's academy. He made 90 appearances across 4 seasons for them before joining us. Or as he said, Arteta played a very important role. In the conversations I had, a very quick rapport was established between the coach and me. The confidence with which he spoke to me, that assurance was what made me decide. Above all, he spoke to me with such confidence. He said he saw me as capable, that I was exactly the profile needed. Arteta knows how to Gaston, he's in it. And I must admit, even being at press conferences, Arteta has got aura, though. The way he does speak, he makes you want to run through a brick wall. I can't lie. I think all managers, because I've been there when we've lost. He's a sore loser. He comes across as a bit of a spoiled kid in a good way. When we lose, he's very snappy. He's very snappy. Kind of reminds me of my ex-girlfriend when they're snapping, they're vexed. And you know, when you ask women, are you all right? And they say nothing, but that nothing is tone different. But he does make you want to run through a brick wall. Arteta does have that level of conviction. Just the way he speaks, he can tell me the sky is blue. Yeah, the sky is blue, man. There's something about him. From a footballing point of view, smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't. He's done an incredible job. You look at the players we have one by one, and it's a crazy squad. The club and the team are capable of doing great things, and that's partly thanks to Andrea. True. So what else have we said here? On his exit, it was a bit complicated because when someone leaves a place where they've spent so many years, they want to take away the good things. But the club are the ones who make the decisions about statements. I already said I wasn't going to say anything bad about the club, and that gave me so much, but no one can take away the Valencianismo support of Valencia that I grew up and still have. It helps that Arsenal to come from Valencia, which is such a demanding club. In recent years, they haven't been where they should be, but everything that surrounds the club is the greatest thing there is. Okay, what else have we got? The group is very good. It's a young group, and it has helped me. David Raya told me to enjoy myself, to be myself, because that's what football is about. It brings out the best in you. Okay. We look at each other in the dressing room, we see what's around us, and there's an atmosphere of winners that we believe in ourselves. We know we're capable, so why not believe it? In recent years, things weren't going the way people wanted, the way the players wanted, the way the club wanted. But this year, people are very happy with that optimism that this is going to be the year. Salute. It is going to be our year, man. Mm, 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 mm. Belly was on fire there. That was not sensible, but see what I do feel like. I don't mean to compare, but his style, this is about Max Dowman, and the way of playing is like Lamine Yamal. His movements are Lamine-esque. I know what you mean. People are gonna see that and just start moving mad. I didn't have him on my radar when I got to Singapore. What are you saying? You just saw this little 15-year-old just twisting you up in trading, didn't it? You wanted to clamp him and get him out of there. He was already training and playing when they told me he was 15. I couldn't believe it. He really is an incredible player. I think he's going to be world class. You see the 17 and 18-year-olds like Miles Lewis Skelly or Wanyeri, and they play like they're 30. Trust, Miles Lewis Skelly does. Miles Lewis Skelly plays like he's always meant to be here. Wanyeri's got that quiet confidence with him. And I just think Max Dowman's just jacked the lad. Like, you're just the bee's knees. Like, you were just built for this. Like, I think some people try and be footballers. You remind me of, like, I get the same way I feel about you, how I did about Saka and Yao Mao and Jack Wilshere and Wayne Rooney and Cesc Fabregas. Some people try, and Messi and many others. Some people try to be footballers and they make it. I think some people, God just says, you're going to be a footballer. And I think Max Dowman's one of those, if I'm honest. Mosquera is captain of a talented under-21s team. Okay, we don't care about that. But what have you specifically said? When I was 15 or 14 or 15, Spain contacted me. At the time, I don't remember having any conversations with Colombia. For now, I've continued my normal process with Spain, but I'm not closing any doors on anyone. I try to carry on with my day-to-day life at my club and let the doors open when they need to open. My club teammates ask me, who are you playing against now in the international breaks? And when I tell them I'm going with the 21s, they're surprised. But I take it in my stride. Playing for the 21s is also a privilege, and it helps me get a lot of playing time, which is true. And big up Heinzer, as we know he's working with our defenders. Keep your conversations, get your talking points and questions coming up, people, because we got to go over these tabs and we got to keep the conversation flowing and going. And what has he said? Heinz has a certain aggressiveness, that spirit that is so typical of centre backs, and he's helping us defenders improve a lot. On top of that, he's Argentinian and he's helping me a lot to compete. Nicholas Hover too, with set pieces in the Premier League, they're absolutely fundamental. They have more influence than in Spain. The staff are amazing and have helped me from the very beginning. Zubimendi said something similar. When I made my debut for Valencia at 17, you felt like you were improving, that you wanted to play a lot more, but you had to be patient. You had to know where you were at that moment. Those are the times you have to go through. Right now, Arsenal, I know I'm capable of playing. That's how I feel about YouTube. I know I'm capable of playing, but keep working, man. I'm surrounded by great players who are going to help me improve and grow. I'm playing quite a lot, and I'm very happy. Dressing room sources at Arsenal who asked to remain anonymous to protect relationships, saying, now, this is where I think this could be make-believe, because I can make an article saying that. Sources and want to remain anonymous. Say Mosquera is adapting extremely well and emphasizes human qualities. His only misstep so far was conceding the corner against Newcastle. You know what? I feel sorry for him. You know, listen, Gaffer, it worked, and maybe Arteta saw that. You know what? He might be getting a bit scared. It's Anfield. I mean, it's Newcastle, whatever. But I feel cool. You gave away the dumb penalty, dumb corner. I don't think you played bad, if I'm honest with you. But you need those, in a good way, you need those mistakes. Obviously, we never lost. We can laugh about it, but you know, he did well against Liverpool. People are saying, yo, he should have started against City, in which our centre-backs didn't cover themselves in glory. Not that he isn't humble, but you need that kind of bubble to burst a bit to like, okay, hang on. There's still things I got to improve. Even though 9 times out of 10, I give away a corner and it doesn't amount to a goal. There are sometimes I could, and I didn't need to do that. So just a little focus. But at 21, not gonna lie, we've hit the jackpot again. We've hit the jackpot again. Arsenal's, you see us defensively, our thing is so different. Like, I'll be so real, we're so different. Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Mosquera, Calafiori, Hincapié, Miles Lewis Skelly. Some of you lot don't even have one of these at your clubs. Some of you lot, if you had one of these at your clubs, you'd be gassing them. I've heard so many players compared to mine, and all of them have crumbled. He's not a defender, but Jadon Sancho. Life went downhill from a footballing perspective. Ever since he done that video for England, how many goals have you got? Wait, Saka just reads his Bible, goes home to his babes. This one's getting called a client on Twitter. Crazy works. Ever since Lowski got locked away, the Harlems ain't been the same. But moving away from that and continuing with our football club, when asked on his qualities, what has he said? A bit of calmness, says, referring back to that match at Anfield, as well as being intense in the way I play, not being nervous on the pitch, is one of the things which has helped me. I don't think the fans knew much about me. I've made that impact that has made people happy, and I've shown them you're capable, man. You're capable. Big up Brando Bailey Joseph, who signed a pro deal. People, very exciting winger. Don't know if he'll make the grade, but I like him a lot. I don't want to feed into this stuff, but allegedly Anthony Gordon has a release clause in his contract, which could see the likes of Arsenal and Liverpool formalise their interest in a Newcastle star next summer. Bearing in mind it is a World Cup year. What have we made on that? Before I continue, I want to see what you lot are saying. My bat says hit the like button. Tell them again. I'll be frank, DG. I stopped the kill them with kindness ish. Nowadays, I just cuss people out. Don't want to get cussed out and don't cuss me out. Nah, man, kill people with kindness, man. It's a humble beast thing. You don't trouble me, I won't trouble you. You fuck with me, I fuck with you. You take it to level 10, take it to level 1,000. I do have that side of me. And you've got to be cerebral. You don't always have to hit immediately. When you're strong, appear weak. When you're weak, appear strong. If they send for you today, you don't necessarily have to reply. You could wait a year or two. But once it's time to strike, don't fuck with me. I'm sounding dark there, innit? But yeah. I miss Madueke. I miss everyone that's not fit. People think it's funny, haha, till they want to cry because some mean words were said. True. Bro, it is what it is, man. Listen, most normal people are not commenting, taking my thing, for example, bullshit in it. Like, and I think as humans, our minds are wired to think about negative stuff to the point where there has been times I might see 1,000, I'm exaggerating, but 1,000 nice comments. 3 people might say something negative and you're focused on that. Like, big up Turkish. Even if you go through Turkish's comments, yeah, everyone's like, oh, get DG on. There's this you. I'm never going to say his name. Like, I'm not even on violence. I'll punch you up. Me and you, like, he said something and there's certain things you shouldn't play around with people's names, innit? And I thought, I must be important. If no one's talking about you, you've got to be an important target to hit. That's why I love my enemies and hate my friends. At least I know people don't like me. If I know you don't like me, I love you, you know? And many times I see that, Deluded's a dickhead. I love you, though. If that's how you really feel, come on. Make sure you're smashing the like button as well, though. You don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. And the reality is, ain't no one gonna do a damn thing. Too much people talk. Because they ain't got nothing else to do, bro. People are not happy in their lives. You lot just doing what you're doing in your lives. Do you know how many of people that's making them upset? It's crazy. I want to see Saka on the left, Madueke on the right. Ooh, moving Saka for Madueke? Oh, gosh. I'm more worried about City than Liverpool. I'm worried about both, man. They're both serious, man. They're both serious. City, I don't agree with City are going under the radar. They're a Premier League club, Pep Guardiola. They're one of 3 teams expected to fight for the title. I'm scared of both. Liverpool could get their act together and all this, Liverpool are going to crumble. They're going to fall off. They're going to do this. This could be right. They're not outside. I'm not scared of, like, I'm worried about them naturally in a good way. I'm worried about us as well, and they should be worried about us. But before I think about them, the team I'm worried about the most is my football club. Because I'm not saying this to say we're the biggest and baddest, but I have felt, and I've probably said this, some of you have been following me for years. I feel we are our own best friends and our worst enemies. I feel like only Arsenal can stop Arsenal sometimes. So yeah, our fate is in our hands. That's what I like about being top. You have no one to blame but yourself. Control the controllables. But that's gonna, like, being top in October. Yeah, we can chat shit to our fans, in our friends in the group chats and that, but it don't do much for me because it's gonna fluctuate. I don't know where we are in the league table, but just keep winning your games, making sure that the Premier League is a realistic achievement, a realistic target. Better yet, come May, I'm cool, man. We're at home, though, so bear that in mind. Bro, you're not going to smoke Man United, bro. I'd love to be wrong. You're not going to smoke Man United. Facts, it's stupid mistakes. And obviously, the amount of changes Liverpool have made the team from. I'm not going to lie. Some of the tactics, yeah, that Slot is doing, or not even tactics, some of the things he's doing. Listen, he's a Premier League winning manager. He's UEFA Pro license. I'm just an armchair expert on YouTube, but as a non-Liverpool fan looking, it was always going to be a bit of teething issues because this is the first summer he's had, like, where I've got to sign bare. I wish he lot did it last year, actually. But I've got to kind of have my team in the image of it. Last year, I had to work with what he's got. I'm not quite on. It didn't work, and I'm sure he had his reasons. But Szoboszlai right back, Frimpong right wing. I'm not really getting it. I still think there's teething issues with the right hand relationship with whoever's right back, and Salah. I think Hugo Ekitike is doing his thing, but naturally, I guess there's that midfield as well. I think you missed a. I think you missed a trick not signing a midfielder. But yeah, man, I bet Victor is going to be benched for Miguel this weekend. Listen, if we win the game, I don't care who's benched. You lot got Jokeres in your FPL? I ain't. Madueke don't score goals. Decent dribbler though, but he isn't a big miss for the team. Nah, he's a miss still. DG is Marcel still playing hide and seek from the chat. He can never cook our fan. But the only Liverpool fan we hail up on this channel now is KJ because he ain't hidden. Marcel, I thought you never walk alone. You've left KJ on his own. Crazy works. Crazy works. What is this saying about Gordon? He's developed into one of the Premier League standout left wingers since moving to St. James's Park in 45 million in 2023. In 2026, they're going to make bank on him. The renewal came after his contract renewal came after it was revealed Gordon was close to joining Liverpool last summer due to Newcastle's PSR struggles. Apparently, the Magpies eventually sold Elliot Anderson and Minte instead. They had Brighton's Minte. Elliot Anderson's an L though, man, because he looks like he's a shoo-in for England on the plane for next year. Big up Gordon, who did score during the international week. He's expected to be part of the World Cup squad, while Arsenal and Liverpool allegedly both have interest in the 24-year-old during the summer. A report by the iPapers claimed Gordon has a release clause in his deal similar to that of Bruno Gomares, who signed a new contract in 2023 that made him available for 100 million for June that same summer. While it's unclear what the conditions of Gordon's release clause are, the situation could see further uncertainty surrounding his future if his profile continues to grow in recent months. So apparently he's got a release clause. Semenyo has a release clause, people, that is said to be around 75 million, the same thing that Bournemouth value him at. Martinelli said, Arteta has been great with me. When I wasn't playing as much last season, I went to his office. He reassured me that I'd get my chance. So I'm happy that I took my chance when I got it. I really love this club. Come on, my guy. Apparently, we've been linked with Thuram of Juventus. We have joined Spurs, Liverpool, and Chelsea in the race and have inquired about the 24-year-old midfielder, which I don't believe at this moment in time. We're still being linked with Malik Fofana. Apparently, he's subject of a 5-way transfer war. The following clubs are all willing to battle each other out for his signature. Arsenal, well, we were linked with him, but Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Chelsea, Liverpool, United, and Spurs. Malik Fofana, Rafinha, Gordon, Rodrigo, Semenyo, Nusa. They're the names that keep getting regurgitated, I guess, where it comes to wingers. Arsenal's chief South American scout, Jonathan Vidae, praises Michelin's 21-year-old Chilean winger, Dario Osario, likening him to a young Angel Di Maria. Swear by him. We've been linked with the future Xhaka, as has Spurs. Hold, who apparently has made 8 appearances for Porto this season. Some insiders have even described him as a future Granit Xhaka due to his ability to dictate tempo from deep. Atletico Madrid is said to be interested, and he's got a fee or a figure on his head of 50 to 60 million euros. So we'll have to see. Goal involvement. Semenyo has been involved in 9 of Bournemouth's 11 Premier League goals this season, a higher percentage than any other player. Bring him home. Please bring him home. And apparently nobody's going to be able to sign him in January, people. He's been given a release clause, a substantial pay rise. He has previously said that he's an Arsenal fan. Apparently Graham Bailey has said that Spurs remain keen on Semenyo following the North London Club's recent recruitment summit. A move from in January is not on the cards. Thomas Frank really wanted him. United were also interested, but they've signed Cunha and Buemo Sesko. He's also had interest from Liverpool, Atletico Madrid, AC Milan, and Juventus, people. We don't know too many details on Semenyo, but it's not been confirmed. He does have a clause. They were inevitable to come out, given so many clubs have been asking about him. Bournemouth insist they will not be selling in January, which of course they can in theory, but they have to presume they'll stick by that. They value the player at well over 70 million anyways. That would be tough for the January market. Come the summer, the expectation from around the Vitality is that they will sell. But when he does go, it will be a club record. Fair enough. Spurs get him. That's crazy. I'd love him to be at Arsenal. We've had games rescheduled for TV selection. We're now playing on the 3rd of December against Brentford, which will kick off at 7:30. 6th of December, we'll travel to Aston Villa for a 12:30 kickoff. Arsenal versus Wolves on December the 13th will be at 8 p.m. Everton at Arsenal against Arsenal, 21st of December, 2 p.m., folks. So let's bear that in mind. Bear that in mind. That's some other shit I was reading. Arsenal winger says defeat felt like a Premier League experience. Oh, he's talking about Martinelli. They were 2-0 up against Japan, and then they got rubbed out. As a Premier League player, I know how it works. There are many comebacks in matches. Is that all he said? You lot are wasting. That's all he said. Really? Really? That's all Donny said. What's this Kroenke thing saying as well? Josh Kroenke was around 9 years of age when he overheard a classmate talking about him in school. It was not a pleasant experience. The other kid was saying how much he wanted to be Kroenke's friend, but not because he liked him. It's because he wanted to see the size of the Kroenke family home. You all got bread. Please. I just want to hear about Arsenal. It's Josh, not his father Stan, who is now the public face of Arsenal's American ownership. It is Josh who appears at games and writes articles. Yeah, you really think he writes them articles for the match day program, who engages with fans and welcomes new signings. And it was Josh's name rather Stan's on the statement that revealed the recent evolution of the club's board, which brought the sudden departure. Yeah, but it's his dad's club. Well, you know what I mean. It's his dad's club. Specifics about Arsenal, please. As far as Arsenal are concerned, when Josh speaks and acts, he does so on behalf of himself and his father. On all major financial decisions, especially, Stan remains the ultimate boss, and Josh knows this hierarchy better than anyone. This will surely remain the case with regards to Arsenal's potential stadium plans. There is no question, though, that the tall, bearded Josh is now the more visible and present Kroenke. The Kroenkes who invest more time and emotional energy into Arsenal, and there's certainly no doubt that Josh 45 is more influential than he was in the first decade of his family's involvement with the club. After all, he was only 26 when Stan first brought shares in Arsenal in 2007. There have been two major milestones in the KSC's ownership of Arsenal. The first was 2018 when they took full control. Then we all remember the Super League stuff. Bro, this is a bunch of BS, bro. Yeah. He was at the club's training ground when Eze joined. Okay. He went to the PFA Awards. Okay. The perception of him has therefore improved. Okay, that's true. And the Kroenkes have bought peace. What is Josh like? At Arsenal, they describe him, oh, well, are you going to talk bad about your boss? As a down-to-earth and, to be blunt, normal guy, I guess. One source describes him as genuinely a cool guy. He loves golf and plays against his friends in fantasy American football leagues. He may be the heir to a great fortune, but he does not appear to act like a prince. Indeed, early in his professional career, he made the conscious decision to step away from the family business and forge his own path in New York. It was only his passion for basketball that brought him back. He'll never be an expert. We know this. Okay, he fought for that. You just want to get box seat Sam Dean in it because that was a whole bunch of bullshit, if I'm completely honest with you. Once again, Kai Havertz, apparently, people, has once again blown away staff at Arsenal with his approach to rehab. My understanding is that the German is in the final phase of his recovery and could make a return earlier than expected, which we hope for. Yeah, he can't chat to James when it comes to trophies, but then Mustafi's one of the best centre-halves to have ever played in the Prem. You see how stupid and retarded it sounds to keep doing all of that trophy talk without a context. It sounds great. It would win stuff on a pub quiz. Don't really make sense here. It is what it is. What else have we got? What else have we got in the comments? Big up you lot. I hate when you lot have conversations though in the comments because I sometimes think you're talking to me. And you're not. I just feel left out. Arteta learned how to deal with clip farming journalists. I love it. DG, would you take Yildiz or Semenyo? I'd rather Yildiz, but Semenyo is more than welcome. I can't lie. I see us winning 3 trophies this season. I hope so. It's mad to think Dalman was cooking world-class players in training when he was 14. Wouldn't be the first or the last, to be fair. Carabao FA Cup. I need to see Hincapie, Mosquera, Wanyeri, and Dalman. I need a final for both. Wembley is the minimum. I hear it. We need that. The fact we got Eze, Saka, and Madueke is mad. I don't know if Madueke is involved in that, but yeah, them two is mad. Gordon, no thanks. I'm having Gordon. It is what it is. But I'll say thank you to Arsenal. 3 stars in England team. Sancho looking bad. How a footballer with all that money having to pay for sex? That's wild. He should be getting boxed for free. He's not paying for pumps though, is he? He's been a trick. Just doesn't need that. He's from my side of South London. That's you lot, man. That's you lot. If you're goofy before the money, what do you think money's gonna do? You're gonna get tricked out of your position, man. Even when she was like, "Oh, you can't run because you do balloons," I was like, damn. What happens when Arsenal starts to gel? I'm sure rivals notice the same thing. Listen, let's just do our thing and just cut out. Liverpool ain't beat United at Anfield since the 7-0, by the way. I just can't look beyond Liverpool, innit? Stranger things have happened, but if I'm a better man, I'm not. There's no way you can put money on Man United. Go and prove me wrong, United, though. We're not even our best, and we're at top right now. It speaks volumes around the aura of this season. Even the players say they can feel something different about this season. I hope so. If Arteta signed Havertz and got the same output Slot is getting from him, the reaction would be crazy. Liverpool don't have a winger. Gakpo, not a winger. They signed 2 small fullbacks, and opponents are targeting them, and they don't have enough depth in centre back. They have gaps in their squad. They do, but I'm not gonna lie. That sounds like nitpicking, though. That does sound like nitpicking. Tranquilo. Try, man. I feel like I ain't seen Marcel since the first international break. Since Liverpool started losing some games, he's done the dash, bro. He's gone. He might not even have an account anymore. Have you seen the Zaha Mateta drama? Who do you think is right? I have. I saw Zaha's video. Like, only Zaha Mateta could tell you everything. Zaha does seem quite easy to rattle. But if it was genuinely banter, then Mateta is doing too much. But it just tells you why some... And again, in a footballing change room, bro, banter flies. But it just shows you sometimes when you're running banter with people might be laughing with you. For Mateta, you might think the joke was a bit serious. For Zaha, I guess you would learn that people hold on to things. I mean, if Mateta needed that as fuel, great. But yeah, sad, man. It's been quite a couple of dramatic days, isn't it? Like the Sancho stuff, Vinicius thing, that thing. Been quite crazy. I'm going to enjoy next week when Liverpool fans will start to say Slot out. I don't think it will, but yeah, man. The same Cronky that has ownership over the Nuggets, that family stat. They got bread, man. DG, you get a magic one and you can give any current Arsenal player a 10-year contract, no injuries, no improvement or decrease in ability. Saka excluded. Who do you pick and why? Wait. You actually have to look at the question. DG, you get a magic one and you can give any current Arsenal player a 10-year contract, no injuries, no improvement or no decrease in ability. Saliba, Timber, Dalman. Oh, no improvement. Oh, gosh. Saliba, okay. Well, to be fair, Dalman, I would, because you're actually decent. Saliba, Rice, Timber. Because Saliba's quality in it, and that would mean Real Madrid not going to grab him. And we got him sorted. Same logic with Timber. Good question. Spam me, though. You're a horrible guy, Kay, because you know I was going to say Saka. Last window, Kroenke showed ambition. They deserve credit for that. True. But then, do we need to give you credit for doing what you should? From winning nothing to winning a double would be like poetry. Definitely not impossible either. DG, if you set up Arsenal's formation and style of play-wise, how would you do it? 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1? Take everything Arteta is doing tactically, defensively, plus the invertedness. And let's call my guy Wenger. I want to play triangles. That, with the ability to play free at the back, because I would be a bit like Xabi Alonso at times and switch positions, switch formations, apologies, in games. Bro said, I don't know about Noni. I don't know, like, big up Noni, but like, I look at Saka, yeah, wow, you play for my team. Eze, wow, Noni. I understand what you're saying, man. Like, Noni's not involved in that. Like, man, seen this before, bro. I like Noni, but come on, man. Earl, appreciate you, Killy. Come on. Mateta singled out Zaha when they were 10 plus. Yeah, that's another point. When they were 10 plus, that's why Zaha is upset. It's true. But that tells me you lot weren't really friends then. Like, you lot weren't really friends. You just got on in the workplace. Marcel was in the Liverpool comments. He's a runner, you know. Absolute runner. DG, do you agree that Arsenal's current biggest weakness is the pressure of being top and getting over the line, which makes it self-destruct when we overreact in September, October? No, because these lot have been top in more crunch moments and bottled it. So I don't think, especially, I know they ain't won it, but they've been in this scenario before. Are they aware of where they are in the Prem race? 100%. But I don't think anyone's going there. Oh my God, we're top. Get excited. I still don't even. I think they're on this. And Arteta and the players, cool. This is what we've done good. Let's make it great. This is what needs to improve. Let's obviously make that levels. Pressure's a privilege. I don't think there's that. I think there's other things that will lead to our demise. I don't think Arsenal are going to. If we do crumble, it's not because, oh my God, we're top and we're like vampires. The sun's shining on us. We're scared whenever we go top type of thing. If that's it, if I'm being honest. To be honest, to be fair, I thought Saliba, but we can get real bread from him. I'm picking Timber. 3 more likes to 100. Appreciate that. I big up a girl. 3 at the back would be spooky, bro. It's the only issue, and I would overcomplicate it, is there's too many men that can play in the 3 at the back. Because a part of me would go, no, I wouldn't go Calafiori. Ben White, I'm sorry, but you wouldn't. You see what I mean? Because you can have Miles Lewis-Skelly as a wing back. You can keep Calafiori as a wing back, and then that brings in Hincapié or whatever, and you got Gabriel in the middle and Saliba and obviously Timber. You could do some horrible things. As DG, worst Arsenal player, okay time. Not sure what you're asking me there, P. Noni is better than Bowen for England. Apples and oranges, if I'm honest. If I'm brutally honest, when it comes to England, they've obviously got some good players, but like Saka, I bet my hat on you. Palmer, I bet my hat on you. Kane, I bet my hat on you. Other than that, it's, yeah, Rodgers is cool. Eze's cool. Madueke's cool. Bowen's cool. It's a different ball game. And to be honest, bro, you gives a monkeys if Bowen is better or if Madueke is better than him or Bowen's better than him for England. Like. And until the World Cup, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, this is what you're doing in this shirt. Crazy. Man said I live in Archway. Kwame's me for mad. Shout out Galdo. Do you think this current Arsenal squad is the best ever, even during the Invincibles? As a squad, it's the best of the Emirates era, but like you need to go down in history with that. Like 20 years from now, I'm not necessarily going to remember you lot. Timber did play centre half for the Dutch. Only Liverpool can stop Liverpool. Fair enough. Skelly gives England's backline some life. Be interesting to see what Tuchel does. He's even throwing out the. To be fair, I was talking about attackers, and I did say as a. You made me lose my trail of thought now. What was I talking about? It's gone. I was gonna make a comment about England. You fucked it up. Bro, why are you believing these rumors? I do not live in Archway, bro. Like, come on. Tuchel said, I don't care about popularity, only 4 matters. Yeah, he's doing the Braveheart thing. You know Bellingham has to be on the plane. He has to be on the plane. They glaze Havertz so much. As I said, Havertz is either this mythical unicorn that if you don't see what he gives you, or you don't understand football, or he's mad shit. The truth's in the middle. There's a role for you. There's a role for you. That's it. You're not a bad player. You're not an exceptional one. That's it. Would even send a donut back if it came to me like this. Crazy. But yeah, I'll be surprised. Tuchel knows he's doing the Braveheart thing. You know, Jude Bellingham has to be on the plane. It does not make any sense if he's not. But yeah, people, before we get out of here, I don't want to waste any of you lot's time. It's obviously 90 minutes in. We've had a great stream. So big up you lot. Don't forget, again, if you want to hear my thoughts about Eze, 1 year in Odegaard, 7:30, there's a video coming out. Big up everyone who watched my Zubimendi video. Tomorrow, no, I'm lying. It's definitely not tomorrow. I thought today was Friday. Saturday, Fulham versus Arsenal watch along. If you lot want it, we'll definitely do Nottingham Forest Chelsea. But football's back. We're back. Big up yourselves, people. And on that note, I don't want to waste any more of your time. Just stay safe, stay blessed, and we link up again soon. In a bit.